Good day, everyone. Good day, ma'am. My name is Diane Ladra, a student from PCSM3A, and I'm here to report and discuss the Chapter 2, which is the Philippine Constitution. The learning objective is to identify important provisions in the Philippines Constitution related to tourism and travel, enumerate the rights of travelers as well as entities engaged in the entire tourism, travel, and hospitality industry, and lastly, organize industry research. The topic outline is the law, the Bill of Rights, and national economy and patrimony. The Constitution is the most important law in the country, and it sets up the government and defines how it should work. It contains the basic rules and principles that guide the country's leaders, ensuring they act fairly and within limits. The Constitution serves as the foundation of all laws, meaning no other law can go against it. It also divides government power among different branches like the executive, legislative, and judicial, to prevent any one group from having too much control. This system keeps things balanced and protects the rights of the people. Think of the Constitution like the rule book of a country. It tells the government what it can and cannot do. It makes sure that power is shared among different groups so no one has too much control. All other laws must follow the Constitution because it is the most important law that protects the rights of the people and keeps the country fair and organized. Article 3, Bill of Rights, and Article 12, National Economy and Patrimony, are some of the constitutional provisions related to tourism which may be given preferential attention. Bill of Rights. So in this section 1, it says that no one can take away your life, freedom, or belongings unless it follows the proper legal process. Also, everyone must be treated equally under the law without discrimination. So under the Constitution, the term life means more than just being alive or breathing. It also includes having the basic things needed to live with dignity, such as food, shelter, clothing, and opportunities to work and earn a decent living. This means that the government must respect and protect not only a person's right to stay alive but also their right a good quality of life. According to Justice Malcolm, liberty means having the freedom to live your life as you choose, as long as you respect the rights of others. It includes the right to work, choose your profession, live where you want, and make agreements or contracts that help you succeed. However, this freedom is not unlimited. It must be used responsibly, guided by good judgment and moral values. True liberty means doing what is right, not what is harmful or wrong. Property refers to anything that a person can own or have control over, especially if it has a value or can be bought and sold. Due process of law means that before someone is punished or judged guilty, they must first be given a fair chance to explain their side. Their law must investigate facts, listen to both sides, and make decisions. Only after a proper trial. The essential requirements of procedural due process are: there must be a proper court or judge with the legal power to handle the case. The court must have the authority to decide on the person being accused or the property involved. The accused must be given a fair chance to speak and defend themselves. The court makes a decision only after a proper hearing and based on the law. In Section 3 of Bill of Rights, it ensures that your private communications like phone calls, letters, or emails are protected and cannot be accessed without a good reason, like a court order or if it's necessary for public safety. It also applies to businesses like hotels. For example, if a hotel manager wants to check a guest's emails or listen to their phone conversations, they cannot do so without a valid reason, like a court order or if there's an emergency or situation affecting public safety. If someone illegally gathers information, like opening a guest's private email without permission, that information cannot be used in any legal process or case involving the hotel. So, if the hotel unlawfully used a guest's private info in a lawsuit, it would be thrown out because it was obtained without the proper legal steps. The form of correspondence and communication that are covered in this provision includes the letters, telegrams, telephone calls, messages, and the like. Republic Act No. 4200, known as the Anti-Wiretapping Law, protects people's privacy when it comes to communication. It says that no one is allowed to secretly listen to or record private conversations without permission, unless the court approves it for certain serious crimes. From under Section 3 of the Act, these crimes include things like treason, betraying the country, or espionage, spying, plotting to start a war, piracy, mutiny, rebellion on a ship, and other crimes against national security. The court can allow wiretapping, listening on our conversations, only when it's necessary to investigate these crimes. In this Section 4 means that the government cannot make laws that limit people's ability to speak freely, express their opinions, or share information through the media. It also protects the right of people to gather peacefully and ask the government to fix problems or address their concerns. Section 6 means that people have the right to live wherever they want and change their residence within the legal limits. However, this right can be taken away only if a court issues a lawful order. Additionally, people have the right to travel freely, but this right can be restricted if it's necessary for national security, public safety, or public health, and if the law allows it. This provision guarantees two freedoms, which is you can choose and change where you live, and you can travel anywhere within or outside the country. Both are protected by law with some exceptions for safety or other important reasons. Section 8 means that everyone, whether they work in the government or public sector or private companies, has the right to join or create groups like unions or associations. These groups can be formed for any lawful purpose, and the government or employers cannot take away or limit this right. However, these groups cannot be formed for illegal activities. In simple terms, it protects people's freedom to organize and come together for causes or interests as long as they follow the law. In Section 10, no law impairing the obligations of contracts shall be passed, means that no law can be made that would break or interfere with the agreements or contracts that people or businesses have already made. In simple terms, once people agree to something in a contract, the government can create a law that change or cancel those agreements. National Economy and Patrimony. Section 10 of National Economy and Patrimony means that the government of the Philippines cannot reserve certain areas of investment for Filipino citizens or Filipino-owned businesses. At least 60% of the capital of these businesses should be owned by Filipino citizens, although Congress may increase this percentage if needed. When granting rights, privilege, or concessions that impact the country's economy and resources, the government will prioritize Filipinos who are qualified for those opportunities. Additionally, the government has the power to regulate and control foreign investments in the country, ensuring they align with the nation's goals and priorities. The term qualified Filipinos refers to choosing Filipino citizens who have the necessary skills, knowledge, and experience to contribute to society in a meaningful way. This idea is that these individuals can help improve the country by performing tasks well and efficiently. It means prioritizing people who are not only competent but also reliable, so that their contributions have a lasting and positive effect on the community or country as a whole. This approach ensures that those who are trusted to take on responsibilities can help build a better, more prosperous nation. In this section, we focus on the regulation of public utilities in the Philippines, highlighting the requirements for franchises, certificates, or other forms of authorization for their operation. The first part of this provision says that only Filipino citizens or companies where at least 60% of the ownership is held by Filipinos can be granted a franchise to operate a public utility. This ensures that essential services remain under local and control and ownership. The second part gives the government the power to change or cancel these franchises if it's needed for the public's benefit or welfare. This means that if the common good requires it, the government can step in and make changes. The last part allows foreign investors to be involved in the management of public utility companies, but the rule is limited to their share and the company's capital. Basically, they can only influence the company to the extent of their investment. However, the people running the company on a day-to-day basis, its executive and managing officers must be Filipino citizens. This ensures that the key decisions of the company are still made by people who are citizens of the country. The term public service refers to any person, company, or entity that owns, operates, or controls services available to the public for a fee in the Philippines. This includes a wide range of services such as transportation, as well as facilities like warehouses, docks, and shipyards. It also covers businesses that provide services like freight transportation, express delivery, and marine repairs. Essentially, any business offering services to the public for hire or compensation, whether related to transport or other similar functions, is considered a public service. And that's all for my reporting. Thank you for listening.